On this episode of Run Builder, I get rid of a car that I haven't even had long enough that you've seen it yet. Why would I do that? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Run Builder. We're in a car that I was filming introducing you to the project video.
Flashback.
That's right. I bought a car. I bought the cheapest car I have ever bought in my entire life. That wasn't a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox. I was gonna say a Power Wheels, but I think I actually paid more for that than I did for this thing. That's right. This is my $300 Mazda. And you know what else is really cool about this Mazda, besides it being $300? Is it actually works. And what I'm going to do with this car is I am actually going to drive it to work every day. It's not going to be a super exciting build. It's not going to be a race car. 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 It might be a race car. What we are going to do here is we're going to fix this thing up for as cheap as humanly possible. And I'm going to have a little ticker down here in the corner. It's going to start out at $300 right there. And it's going to work its way up. And we're going to see how much it costs to make the world's cheapest daily driver and try to keep it the world's cheapest daily driver.
End of flashback.
And then it's no longer a project. I was going to do a series where I bought this car because I bought this car for $300. It was insane. I couldn't pass it up. Plan was to introduce you guys to the car, show you what's wrong with it, what's right with it, and see just exactly how little money I could spend on my daily driver by fixing the things that need to be fixed as they came, doing the work myself, buying parts as cheap as I can, and just making a halfway decent car out of less than one car payment for a nice car. What happened was it did too well. I literally put a radio in this thing, I put 2 front tires on it, and I've been driving this thing for months just without issue. It's never not started. It's never left me stranded. Honestly, it drives comfortably. I had no videos to make. Long time later down the road, I'm still sitting on this car. I'm still sitting on the intro to the video, and I have nothing to show. And then somebody wanted the car. So I jumped in my $300 car, and now I'm driving 2 hours down to Waco, Texas, where I'm trading this for another vehicle. One that I surely will have content with, because I will probably have to fix a lot of things. Let's get to Waco and see my new ride. This is my brand new 1990 Ford F-150. And I can't even begin to explain to you why I'm so excited about this. Yes, I can. That's the whole point of this video, is to explain to you why I'm so excited about this. So, you guys might just be seeing a plain Jane, run-of-the-mill, old beat-up truck. And that's exactly what it is. Emotionally, it's a key to my childhood. See, because when I was a teenager in high school, I had one of these. And it was almost exactly like this, but completely different in a way. This 1990 F-150 has a 300 straight 6, 5-speed manual. It's 2-wheel drive. It's custom, so it's got manual windows, manual door locks, and you just, it's as basic as basic gets. The 300 straight 6 makes tons of torque, but not a lot of speed. This isn't a race car. This is what I'm going to use to tow my race cars, but that's not even as important as the fact that this thing is just dripping with memories for me. From the bench seat to
Just the feel of the dash, the feel of the blinker stock in my hand, the fact that you gotta kick the high beams with your toe. Man, I love that truck, and I love this truck, equal but different. This truck serves more of a purpose. That truck was just a dumb teenager rolling around Denton, causing havoc.
You dumb bastard.
I want to be around when that happened.
And I will probably cause just the littlest bit of havoc with this thing, but not going anywhere fast. Have you ever just had something that you remember that was so great, and when you get it, it's actually that great? I mean, yeah, it's slow and it has its issues. The headlights, I call the headlights mood lighting, because these headlights are about the dullest thing since our current crop politicians. Yeah, I said it. I did. So in this video, we're gonna try to fix a couple problems with the truck. I'm gonna show you how to do a couple things on older vehicles. They're pretty easy to work on. I'll show you. Anyway, let's go for a ride.
So what we have here is a 1990 Ford F-150. It's not a Lariat, it's not an XLT, this is a base model custom. And that's really cool because as these vehicles get older, I mean 1990, guys, this is a 24? No, 34. This is a 34-year-old truck. And let's be honest, after 34 years, well, I know I wasn't feeling as good when I was brand new. It's old. Things break. Being manual windows, manual door locks, manual transmission, you just have less things that can possibly break in this truck. My first truck, well, there's our first big problem. There we go. Ah, we're dying again. So, our first big problem is that this thing will randomly die. It doesn't all the way die every time, but it'll sputter like it's running out of gas or running out of ignition. And it does it just randomly. Like, I drove this thing 2 hours home from Waco, and it didn't do it once. But yesterday, leaving my neighborhood, it did it 100 times before I even got out of the neighborhood. So we have a mystery problem. But my first truck was an 87 F-150, and it was a Lariat XLT, 5.0 automatic, single cab long bed, two-wheel drive, which this one is a single cab long bed, two-wheel drive. My first truck was red, this one's white. Mine had cloth interior, this has vinyl. There's some tears in the seats and she's a little dirty, but overall it's in really good shape. Stereo leaves a lot to be desired. This guy's gonna try to hit me. Tinny, it's got two speakers, no sub. I'm getting way carried away. It's not fast. It is definitely not fast. And it's, I mean, it's a workhorse. It gets terrible gas mileage. And it's, obviously, as you can tell, it is not a race car. Gotta find the right gear. I guess third gear is where we're at. But it does have some issues, as I'm demonstrating right now. You can hear that it will not rev. It wants to die. To fix this, you turn the truck off, and then you turn the truck back on, pop the clutch, and there she is, she's back. There's a couple things this could be: the ECM relay, the fuel pump relay. I'm looking at possibly the TFI module on the distributor. These are all potential issues that could cause what I'm seeing as this 100% has to be an electrical problem. Let's get back to the garage and see if we can do some troubleshooting and figure out why she keeps dying on me. There it is. 4.9 liters of stump pulling power.
Cars don't work on water unless you've got power.
It's a good engine. Let's make it run right. So our problem could be in a few places. We have the TFI module, which is on the side of the distributor, and somewhere wiring in here is some relays. Some of the research I've done has said that possibly the relay issue could be doing it, but let's replace the TFI module first and see if that does anything. Okay, so your TFI module is right down here. That's it. On the side of the distributor. There's two 5.5 millimeter screws that hold it in place. The plug. There we go. So now that I've had this off, this is your TFI module. This bolts to the side of your distributor and makes things work. I can get real technical, but I'm not going to. But this one, I don't think this one's good. It's Wells is the brand. It's not actually a Ford part. This is a Ford part. So I'm gonna take this one off, clean it up, put it on the truck. Got the quote-unquote new TFI module installed. We're gonna see if that actually does anything. But before I do that, I need to track down, find out where these relays are that may also be the cause, because I have no freaking idea where they are. All right, stop moving, stop moving. I found one in the Ranger. It's a little oily. I'm not gonna talk about why. We don't talk about why the Ranger parts are all covered in oil. We don't do it. What's wrong? All right, so the one off the Ranger didn't work, so it's back on the Ranger. And, well, I didn't want to wait. So I did some digging, and it looks like a fuel relay, same thing except for different kind of plugs. So I cut the plug part off, and now we can just stick it right in. Maybe it'll work. Let's see if it even starts like this. Starts and it runs. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, it actually does feel better. So the truck feels stronger. That may have actually been the problem. Nope. Well, that's annoying. That EC relay and that fuel pump relay. Yay! Didn't fix it. Still having the issues we were having with the ignition. Guess I'll polish the headlights. So for the headlight project, I was gonna remove them, but it's just too much of a pain in the butt, and I'm getting kind of done with today. So we're gonna use some 3M headlight restoration kit. First step, tape this off and then polish, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna throw one of those spiffy YouTube time lapses at you right now. So, ooh-ah!
not been as successful as I'd hoped it would have been. Didn't fix the car. Polished the headlights. That's a win. Kind of, because as you can see, there's a bunch of nasty stuff inside. I could take these apart, open them up, clean out the inside, put them back on. That's future Matt's problem. This Matt's done. Well, not technically. I still have to polish that other headlight. But once I do that, this thing will be done for the day. If you have any idea what's causing this problem I'm having with this thing dying on me, hit me up in the comments and help me out. Let me get this thing going so we can get to racing this season, because the season is about to start. The Rally Mustang is about to be back on the dirt. And tune in next time, because I'm going to show you everything I've done to the car during this off season, and I think you guys are really, really going to like it. So until next time, get out there, build something, drive something, and don't let me be the only one having fun. Hit me up. So because I've replaced. Ooh, look at that.